Right now, you got it on
Tino Cucino.
Tino Cucino Radio.
I guess I just really get excited to listen to it.
Okay, let's jump into the program today. What's up, man? It's Tino Cucino Radio. We like to kick things off with listener therapy. If you've never tuned in before, it's just us kind of helping you out with something you have going on in your life, right? Yep. It's tough to kind of talk to family and friends because they kind of, they're attached to the situation. We're removed, so we can kind of call it how we see it. Today could be a little... it's an intimate situation, basically.
Spicy?
Selma, Selma reached out. I guess she told her man that she wants to have a threesome with her best friend and him.
Oh my God. Is the best friend a girl?
Yes.
Oh.
But he is not down.
Oh.
And she will share his reasoning next. Very curious to see what everybody thinks about today's listener therapy situation. A little parental, I guess, advisory.
Okay.
It involves 3 people sleeping in a bed together at the same time.
And then what happens?
Wink.
This is hot.
Our listener Selma reached out, and basically she told her man that she wants to have a threesome with her best friend.
Oh my God.
But he is not down. What? All right, we call this listener therapy. It's us trying to help you with whatever you got going on in your life. A little, removed opinion, if you will. So let's read the DM that Selma sent. It says, I've been asking my husband if we could spice things up in the bedroom for a couple years now. He's been receptive to it, and we've tried some new things, which have been really good. The other night, I went and had drinks with my best friend, and she and I came up with an idea to have a threesome with my husband. She and I hooked up a couple times before I met my husband, so that's not an issue for us. I thought he would be excited for this, but he turned it down instantly. He said it won't turn out good and will end up divorced over it. Help me understand. I can actually help you understand this, Selma. I'm a very jealous individual too. And if my wife approached me with this and she's like, oh, it's me and my friend and we did it a couple times, so it's all good. In my head, I'm like, well, you're going back to it because that's how good it was. So you're not over that. You actually like her sexually more than me. It's going to turn into a whole thing. I'm going to feel weird about it. I might turn it down too. I would turn it down.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Nicasio, what would you do?
You already know what I would do. Because the thing is,
sit in the corner and watch.
The reason why she's going back is because it's a different freak. Like, it's different from like actually the guy and the girl to the girl and the girl. Like, but the thing is, who cares? It's like, yo, come in the bed with us. Let's go. Let's get this going. Especially after a couple drinks. Oh my God. It's only gonna help the marriage.
Nick's just making this. Nicasio's making this entire this scenario in his head. Has no idea what he's saying.
It's only gonna help.
Matt, thoughts? You've been with your wife for a minute.
I agree with you. This can only end poorly.
God.
It's gonna be great. If it's great, it's gonna be only great for like a few months, maybe a year. But somebody's gonna catch feelings.
There's already feelings. That's why his wife wants to go back.
Somebody's feelings are gonna get stronger.
I tell you what, if you guys don't do it with those girls, then those girls are gonna find someone to do it with them.
Well, then that's not the wife for you. I don't know.
And you ain't gonna know about it either.
I want to.
That's kind of hot too.
Tiffany, she's on the line. Let's get a woman's perspective. Tino Cucino Radio listener therapy. We'll talk to Tiffany next. All right, so our Tino Cucino Radio listener Selma reached out, and she's a little confused because she offered her husband a threesome. I guess she's been asking for a couple years now to spice things up, and she has a friend that she used to hook up with.
Hey.
Right? And they went and had some drinks the other night, and they came up with the idea. She presented it to her husband, and her husband was like, nah, this is gonna lead to divorce. We can't do it. She's confused as to why he won't jump at the chance. She thinks every guy would. Tiffany's on the line. What's it sound like to you?
So I think that he's going to have to end up leaving her because I have a friend, they kind of dive into this threesome business where husband was watching and she, completely lost her mind, started cheating, created a Tinder account. Clearly she's bored. And obviously you're going to have to bend or break, bend the knee in some sense. But it's I don't know, fellas.
She wants him to bend more than a knee.
Yeah, I know.
Bend that back.
Yeah, that's wild. I feel like when you start messing around and stuff like that, most of the time, unless you keep it an open relationship, then you're going to mess it up.
Somebody's going to catch feelings.
It happens every time.
Exactly. Pandora's box. Don't open it. Close it up.
But what about spicing it up? What if you're going to couples therapy and then they say, hey, let's spice it up?
Well, I don't think they mean bring another person in.
Yeah, I don't know what therapist would
have you ever had to spice it up? And if so, what did you do?
I mean, okay, so the spiciest thing that I've done was the sex in public. So obviously not in a way you're going to get a ticket, but, in a general area where it's kind of, you might get caught, might get not,
Oh, damn. Where'd you go?
Like a food court?
Like a Burger King?
Car wash?
food court car wash. Oh my gosh.
Coming up next.
Tino Casino Radio.
So rapper Lil Yachty made a very bold statement about the world of podcasting. I want to share it with you and get your take on it. Next. When it comes to celebrity gossip, we stay on top of it, man. Even just when there's like a little slick comment, it's like, ooh, let's discuss. And that's kind of where we are today.
Let's do it.
It's Tino Cochino Radio. Rapper Lil Yachty spoke out on just, the world of podcasting, sharing his thoughts. And he said, a lot of people need to not have podcasts. Honestly, mics should cost $1 million.
Oh my god.
Now, when it comes to podcasting, I feel like it's one of the things, almost like social media, right? Everybody thinks that just because you have one, you're popping. And that's no disrespect if you have one, obviously, because if that's what you want to do, you should do it. But at the same time, you have to be realistic and understand that just because you have it doesn't mean you're on. Like, that requires time and effort and energy, because anyone can literally start up a social media page. Anybody can start up a podcast. So, I mean, I don't feel like he's necessarily in the wrong, Nicasio.
I feel like he's in the wrong just a little bit, because who's to say that his isn't trash? Like, I feel like just because he's famous doesn't mean his is gonna work.
What leads him to be able to say that, though, is you can prove it by streams.
Yeah.
Your opinion of what he talks about could be trash, sure. But if he has people tuning in, that's what counts. It's all about the numbers.
But like, say like, I don't know, Lil Debbie over here wants to have a podcast. What if whatever she talks about, there's like an audience for that, or what she talking about? You know what I'm saying?
That's what makes a podcast work. If you can find your niche, that's for anything. It don't matter if you're a baker, if you're whatever. If you find your niche and what your thing is, and there's an audience
Your
for it,
community,
they'll come to you, and you can build that. That's the problem. Like, even when people come up to me sometimes, they're like, "Oh, you're on the radio? I haven't listened to that in forever." I have a podcast. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But in fairness, like, if I turn on the radio mic, I'm on our syndicated show per week, I know I'm going to at least have 1 million people hear it.
Right.
If you put out just a random episode of some podcast that you do, you might have people hear it, you might not. I'm not saying that as a slap. I'm just saying, like, people love to just because they have easy access to something, they want to downplay their competition in a sense.
Yes.
Does that make any sense?
Podcasters, they piss me off. I'm sorry.
Why?
So you're on Lil Yachty's side.
I didn't hear what he said because I just walked in, but if he's talking smack about podcasters, I agree with him.
He just said a lot of people need to not have podcasts. Mics should cost $1 million.
I do agree.
Well, while we're on that topic, I would love for you guys to listen to my podcast. It's
But you're a pro.
It's called Is Anyone Listening? And this week we talked to David Koechner. You might know him as Todd Packer from The Office. You might know him as Champ from Anchorman.
Yes.
We talked about a lot, man. I want to share some of it with you next. What up, y'all? It's Tino Cochino, and this week on my solo podcast, Is Anyone Listening? I sat down with David Koechner, better known as Todd Packer from The Office. You know him as Champ from Anchorman. This dude is funny as hell. We talked about a lot, including like what he binges on his own time. He's actually not really a fan of doing it.
No, because I tell you what, if I'm home alone, I hate to binge something alone. I hate it.
Oh, it's the best
It hurts.
thing ever.
You
It
like
hurts?
to you like to binge
I
alone?
love it. Yeah. Smoke a little weed, binge.
I know, but do you have a wife and kids or no?
Yeah, sometimes.
But he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
Oh, well, see,
He's not really, he's not an active
I'm not here
parent.
for them.
because you're alone, that would mean you just get time to yourself, and you love that.
Yes.
But for me, because I don't have a choice, and you're alone, like, I want to do this with someone. But as far as that goes, yeah, I try to find I love documentaries. You try to find a good documentary on Netflix, and you're disappointed. You're like, don't make this go for 4 hours. This could have been a half an hour.
Have you seen the one we were just talking about it? The guy that wants to live to be 200.
I've heard about this guy, yeah.
I forget what it's called, but he's doing everything. Like, he wakes up and
I
takes
know.
an ice
Never Die.
bath
It's called
and then
Never
puts some
Die or
laser
something?
hair thing on, and then
my
takes
God.
154
How many
supplements
episodes
a
is
day.
that thing?
I think 2, 3.
Okay.
I don't think it's
Could it be one?
too
Could it be a
crazy.
half an hour? And that's enough? Give it to me shorter, please.
Yeah.
A lot
Something
of
that
these.
no woman says.
I was going to say that's what she said. But
Just give it to me short. This is too much.
You're coming up
Thanks,
short.
baby.
Get off me.
I can handle that.
Listen, man, I would love for you to stream the podcast in its entirety whenever you want, wherever you stream your favorite podcast. Just search for Tino Cochino, Is Anyone Listening? Or we got the video version so you can watch how it all went down in the studio. Just go to youtube.com/Tino Cochino.
Coming up next.
Tino Casino Radio.
7 patterns in couples who didn't make it. I want to share them with you. That way, if you are making these, decisions and choices and actions, you can realign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure out your stuff. Next. All right, so we're talking 7 patterns in couples who didn't make it. And these are all according to a couples therapist. All
Okay.
right. It's Tino Cochino Radio. So basically, I want to share these with you because if any of these kind of relate or you feel like, oh, this kind of falls into how my partner and I are like, currently acting,
Change it.
then you can, work on it for yourselves. So number 1, they had no boundaries with family. It says they shared relationship issues and had one or more family members involved into the relationship, and it obviously just creates lack of trust and friction.
Yeah.
Number 2, they made worst case assumptions. They always assumed their partner's intentions were malicious or negative instead of being curious. They were accusatory. So I think that's really good. Number 3, they never fought. And some couples say this, we never fight, we're perfect. This says this usually comes from one partner avoiding or suppressing their issues for the other. When one partner would finally reach a boiling point, the other partner would be confused because they seemingly never disagreed. So they're like, what are you talking
It
about?
just
I thought we were
blows up
good.
and like, oh my God.
Yeah. Number 4, one person was the pusher. One person was pushing another to act or change themselves, and the other had no interest in doing it. This leads to resentment because one partner feels like a project. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that is good.
Number 5, they had unrealistic expectations. One or both partners believed partnership should be fairy tale like or always just make them happy. They struggled with their maturity and the awareness that relationships, like life, can actually be difficult and sometimes boring.
Yep, getting out of the honeymoon phase.
Well, a lot of
sucks.
people, I feel like that's the toxic stuff, right? You're so used to like a toxic energy that when things are calm, you're like, oh, this is wrong.
Yeah, you're like, let me start some stuff up.
And you,
Yeah.
and you think your whole relationship should feel like the first 2 months of it, which that's not going to happen.
It's not real.
It's gonna die out.
And-
You're not gonna love each other for a little bit.
Well,
It is what it is.
I don't know if that's the word, but okay. Number 6, they didn't let things go. They had low frustration tolerance and rigid ways of interacting. Without discernment, is that a word?
Yes, it is.
That's cool. Without discernment to know when to let an issue go and when to focus on it, they became highly critical and draining to each other. And number 7, they did not know how to repair. In relationships, we will hurt people. It's inevitable, and people will hurt us. But repair is the act of apologizing, listening, even when it's hard, and promising to do better. Instead of repair, there was always defensiveness and deflection. I feel like number 7 is probably most case for a ton of people.
Yeah, for sure.
We always listen to defend because we never want to hear ourselves as wrong.
Plus, I know it's cliche, but keep dating your partner and set plans every day, every week, every month of things to do with them to keep it spicy and fresh and
Nicasio's
alive.
shaking his head.
Well, because you're trying to save it. To me, what that sounds like
Because he cares?
is that you're trying to save it.
That's
not
what you're
trying to save it.
That's what you're
Hey,
supposed
man.
to. If things aren't working,
If
that's
it's done, it's done. There's someone out there for your wife now.
What's his name?
Tino Radio. Yeah.
okay. We're jumping into what we call real talk here at Tino Cochino Radio. We keep it real. We talk about our life, and this part of the show is all brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient. We'll talk more about them shortly, but first I want to talk to Nicasio, who thinks like a caveman and basically feels that you're a bad parent if you don't spank your kids.
Yes. I feel like yelling at your kids and putting them in timeout is not doing anything no more. It shows in this day and age. Look at the kids just walking around, just acting crazy, doing all these dumb TikTok little dances and everything.
And you know they weren't spanked?
No, they weren't
For a
spanked.
fact?
They were
Okay.
like, hey, Timothy, get to the corner right now, and then you got to look at the wall for 10 minutes.
Kids
It's
hate
like,
that.
It's not working, though. And I feel like your kids got to fear you in a sense to where, like, what you say goes.
I don't think they have to fear you. They just have to know that consequences could happen. Like, why not?
Yes.
If we know the cell phone is everything, why not take away the cell phone for punishment?
I mean, well, yeah, that's... Well, I feel like...
We just debunked everything he said.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
No, but it's just like, at that point... No, they can't. No, I got spanked too. I got spanked when I was older too, and I had a phone. I didn't care.
How old were you when you got
my
spanked?
phone was taken away, and I got a spanking.
He has a dominatrix. He still gets spanked now.
That's kind of
I mean, Matt, you have 3 kids. The oldest is 12. Youngest is
7.
Okay, so what's the vibe when it comes to spanking in the house? I mean, you guys don't do it, right?
We are not spankers. I have spanked, but only when I got so mad that I almost cursed. Like that.
Are you okay?
I couldn't control
Don't
myself.
hit me, Matt.
That's
But when I
abuse.
after I do spank, I feel really bad. And there's all these studies about the enduring like trauma that kids experience when they get spanked. It's not worth it.
When you brought your kid, there's no trauma. There's no trauma at all.
Yes,
Okay.
no, there is.
There's a way to do it.
Millions of
I'm not
studies.
saying
A way to
smack them on the face, but you gotta like kind of like let them know who's boss. Tino, please correct me if I'm wrong. Matt
wrong.
brought his kids to your house.
Yep.
And how many times did he tell them to stop jumping on the couch and they did not listen?
I mean, that is true.
Did I even tell them to stop? In my defense.
What?
In
Why
their
wouldn't
defense.
you?
In their defense.
Well, Matt, when you say that, your parenting just...
Well, I know, but I'm saying it's not like spanking would have made a difference. You said your kid's a badass kid. You spank him?
Tino, you hit your dogs.
Whoa. Hanny gets a little spank on the butt. I'm like, Hanny, stop. But then in fairness, he bites me back.
Yeah. So did that work?
No, it doesn't work.
Exactly.
Look, man, I was hit as a kid, and did it work on me in a sense? technically yes,
You
because
ain't in jail?
I didn't want to get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I knew that's not the move, but also it's something that stays with you. Like, you never forget about it. I don't know. I don't think spanking is the move. I would love to hear what you think about it. Parental perspective is welcome. I believe Tangi is on the line. We'll talk to her next. So we're talking discipline on Tino Cochino Radio. Our co-host Nicasio feels that if you don't spank your kids, you're a bad parent.
Oh, hell yeah.
No. Tangi's on the line. I feel like you agree but disagree. Share your thoughts.
Well, when I grew up, you didn't have to get a spanking. All your mama had to do was give you that look,
Yes.
and then you knew better. But I did have to discipline my kids a little bit. You know, I'm not saying beat them with your fist, but a spanking on the behind when they're showing out. Because nowadays, if you don't discipline your kids, they're going to discipline you. That's my thing, you know?
I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, right, you just want to try and raise your kids the best you can. But we all as kids have some type of trauma that goes on that maybe we just thought was normal and we accepted. But later down the line, you realize, like, yo, maybe that wasn't right, or maybe that wasn't normal. And then we got to process it. Here's the thing. As adults, so many don't want to process it. They just think, oh, this is how I am, and you keep it moving. The problem is stuff like that then lingers, and it affects relationships with, it could be anyone, your partner, your kids, whoever. So if you've ever, like, legit just thought about, I don't know, talking to somebody, I just want to recommend BetterHelp, man. I literally schedule my sessions once a week with my therapist, and it's a vibe because you don't have to go into some weird, like, awkward, sterile environment. You can do it from your own safe space, your comfort. It's basically online therapy, right? But it's more affordable. It's more convenient. They're currently serving over 5 million people. And what's really cool is there's a super diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists, right? With a whole wide range of specialties. And if they place you with someone and you do a couple sessions, you don't feel like it's really a vibe, you can switch your therapist at any time with no extra cost. Listen, man, it's a new year. If you're trying to just be a better version of yourself, why not go to BetterHelp? I mean, if you tell them that you heard it with me, they're going to get you 10% off. I told them, like, look, I'm going to talk about it, but I want to try and get that discount for our listeners because I really believe in therapy. I think everybody needs it. So they're down for it. Listen, hit the website, check it out for yourself. BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/TCR, and they'll get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TCR to get 10% off your first month. Are you smarter than Nicasio? It's game time. We got Lisa on the line. It's Tino Cochino Radio. Okay, how you feeling? You ready to play this thing?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
ready.
cool. So Nicasio is going to give you the question to multiple choice answers. Just pick whichever one feels right to you, okay?
Okay.
Which billionaire used to work at McDonald's? Is it A, Jeff Bezos, B, Elon Musk, or C, Kylie Jenner?
It's B.
No, it's not. It's not Elon Musk.
Oh, you didn't hear it when we asked it last week? That's crazy. Okay, so is it
might have
A?
been 2 weeks
Is
ago.
it A? Who?
Jeff Bezos, B, Elon Musk, or C, Kylie Jenner? This is a new one.
Well, she already said no to B.
Okay, so it's A.
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff.
you did hear it.
She didn't.
Coming up next.
Tino Cochino Radio.
Eating this together makes you closer with your partner. Let's see if you eat this together next.
Oh my God.
So couples who eat junk food, apparently, I guess it brings them closer together. It's Tino Cochino Radio. This is according to a new study. It doesn't say by who, but it just says researchers. Researchers looked at 3 diary studies and found that doing these things together made couples happier in their relationship. Couples who do unhealthy things, basically. Eating junk food, just any unhealthy activities versus healthier activities. Like if you work out a lot together, that doesn't help the relationship.
I wonder why.
Well, because
I love watching, I love ordering a good pizza and watching some food and just hanging out.
it's because
With Chels.
both people, they drown their problems in cheeseburgers and pizzas and tacos.
Oh, sounds
It's like they
delicious.
just-
What do you eat? Because your body's been looking really good lately.
But like, I feel like
No.
in this
Oh,
study,
there-
they're just miserable together. That's why they like to eat bad.
But don't you think you can go exercise with your partner, and maybe not the gym because there's other people there, but go on a nice long walk with your partner, just you two. That way it's one-on-one. You get exercise, you get time to talk. It's great.
I'm curious because Nicasio, you DJ at night, your schedule's kind of crazy. How do you and Amber make time for each other? Like outside of the baby, don't bring up the baby. How do you bring up personal, quality time for one another? What do you do?
We watch movies. We go eat.
So you do the same thing this
Yeah,
said.
But we don't
Jesus.
eat bad. We go out and we have a healthy meal.
I don't think Texas Roadhouse qualifies as a healthy meal.
Tino Cochino Radio.
I got a really cool piece of relationship advice from a wife of 30 years. It's a long time to be with somebody. What does she think is the key? Let's listen. It's Tino Cochino Radio.
Relationships work because two people make a decision to get in a boat together and make it work. I think that, now I'm going to start crying, Jesus. Well, I think because if you've been together for 30 years, there are lots of times where you want to get out of the boat. Too often, I think people are in relationships hoping it works. You're in the boat in the beginning, but then as things get rocky or the journey gets boring, you start to question whether or not you're going to get there. And the first thing I would say to anybody that wants a very successful relationship is you've got to be honest with yourself if you're actually even in the boat. Because no advice is going to matter if you're not interested in making the relationship work.
Man,
Damn. No, that's
ain't
good.
Working, let that thing sink.
No. If you chose to be with somebody, why would you not want to make it work? You're questioning your decision.
Making it work is just like
What she
crazy
said is-
to me. Like
it's-
if it don't work, if it doesn't work, what's the word I'm looking for?
Naturally.
I find
There
it
you go.
so hard to believe that you and your girl don't fight in 13 years. Like you've never had disagreements or you've never questioned the relationship. There's no way.
The question relationship, never. But little fights here and there, yeah, of course, because we're human. But at the same time, if I know that it ain't working and I can see it in her eyes, it ain't working, I'm not gonna sit there and try to beg her, oh, like, just please stay with me.
But
Like,
you
no, if it
chose
doesn't
her
work, it
to-
ain't working.
If it ain't working, it's probably because you're not doing your part as a partner.
Man, if it ain't working, go out there and get some twerking.
Matt, what are your thoughts on this?
I have been in my wedding, my marriage for 15 years, and I'll say it is work. And if you want it to not only work but thrive, you gotta water that thing.
Okay,
you gotta
cool.
water plants to have them grow. They don't just grow naturally without water and sunlight.
Y'all about working it through, right? Working on it and working. Your wife cheats on you, Matt. You gonna work through that?
Probably not. No, because that's such a breach of
Mic
trust.
drop.
But there's boundaries. There's boundaries.
Oh, come on.
For all my couples that have been together 10 plus years, I want to know your truth. I want to know your secret. When things get tough, how do you weather the storm? I'm very curious, man. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at Tino Cochino. Coming up next, I just want to ask this question and get a real opinion. Could you be honest if your partner was ugly?
Could you what?
Could you be honest
Oh.
and admit if your partner was ugly?
Oh my
I'm
God.
just-
Think
probably
about
wouldn't
it
be
for a
with them.
second. Think about it. We'll talk about it next. So I follow comedian, actor, rapper, singer,
my God.
everything at Lil Duval.
Oh.
The dude is so funny, man. I've been following him for years, and I feel like he just gets high and posts his thoughts.
Yeah.
And one of his recent posts was the following: be honest. Who knows that their boyfriend or girlfriend is ugly? Is that something that
Dang.
you think you could admit? I want to go to the comments because I think these are going to trip you out. But just personally,
Yes.
Nicasio, if you felt that about your girl, could you say that? None of us think that of Amber, obviously, but could you be real?
I could be real. There's times where I look at her, like, you know, without.
No,
hold
don't.
on. I'm
Oh
just
my
saying,
God.
like, without the makeup and stuff like that, and I look at her, I'm like, damn. I'm like, she's pretty, like, she's like legit pretty and gorgeous without all the makeup.
Yeah,
There you
good,
go.
good job.
But I'm
Nice
like, damn.
save.
I was like, I wonder. But the thing is that she can be ugly to someone else.
That's true.
Not to me. She's hot. I think she's
Oh
hot.
my god.
Just saying.
I want to go to the comments on here, okay? First one from Roz_Moy said, I'm actually the ugly one. My girl accepts me.
Oh, poor guy.
Sunflower_2198 said, I'm not going to lie. I like mine a little on the ugly side. As long as he can dress well. I mean, we both can't be cute.
God.
Damn.
At Irish Dutch Queen said, I like my men medium ugly.
Oh, that's
my
good.
God.
Like medium rare. Pink in the middle.
Butterfly.
Coming up next.
Tino Cochino Radio.
Kind of random, but for my pet owners out there, the IRS is going to allow you to deduct your pets
Ooh, thank God.
on your taxes this year.
Matt, you don't got no pets.
Let's
do
talk
have
about
some.
it. We'll talk about it next.
They all died.
This is kind of cool, man. The IRS is going to allow you to deduct your pets on taxes
Yes,
for
sir.
2025. It's Tino Cochino Radio. Let's listen.
So what's crazy is you actually can write off your dog on your taxes if you follow this strategy. So number one, you need to have a business. Number two, you need to have a home office, aka a dedicated place where you solely work in your home. If you have both of these things and you decide to get a guard dog to protect the personal identifiable information which is on your computer and in your home office, you can do so. And this this security animal is a legit business expense because it's both ordinary and necessary for you to operate your business. This will allow you to write off all costs associated with your dog. So the sheltering, the food, the veterinary costs, all the costs associated with your guard dog is now tax deductible to you inside of your business.
I tell my accountant, like, hey, I want to write off Hanny. And she's like, what the are you talking about? No, this is dope, bro.
He's
I
a
mean,
guard dog.
1,000% Hanny will bite you if you get around us and
Right.
he doesn't know you. And it makes sense. Honest to God, bro, I've been looking so much into tax stuff lately. You can literally write off almost everything if you just...
Yeah, but
you have to know the fine lines. You know what I'm saying? You have to read the small print. But
Right.
there's so many ways you can get around it. How do the rich not pay? Because they know
all the loopholes.
Yes,
Yeah,
you just got to
that's
study
true.
it, man. It's all out there, bro. You got to actually do the research.
So I have an 18-year-old cat. I've got 2 betta fish and a leopard gecko. You tell me I can't write off any of those 4 animals?
No, because they can't protect you.
I thought they were gonna like you're gonna be able to write off your pets if they're like emotional support. I thought that part was gonna come in, but it didn't.
I wonder if you can.
What have you found as like the ultimate tax loophole? Shoot us a DM, Instagram at
yeah.
Tino Coach Chino. I'm curious.